Let's look at a couple examples. We haven't done this before, and pardon my technology here, but let's look at a couple examples of because obviously we want to prove that all children are musical, you know, and it starts with the baby. So obviously music is going to invoke movement, it's going to invoke emotional reactions, all those things. So I just popped on YouTube and I pulled up several videos, and then also pulled up a Musikgarten video of one of our trainers teaching. To let's look at a couple examples and then maybe discuss them a little bit. So let's see if I can share my screen here.
I forgot my popcorn.
Water.
Cheers.
All right. Sorry about that. All right. So we're going to go full screen mode on this thing here. Here's one example here.
You want me to sing a song, honey? Let me know how you feel about the song, okay? I don't want you to come out here no more. I beg you for mercy. You don't know how strong my weakness is, or how much it hurts me. 'Cause when you say it's over with her, I want to believe it's true. So I let you in, knowing tomorrow I'm gonna wake up missing you, wake up missing you, when the one you love's in love with someone else.
That was not all of it, but think about that.
You know what I love about this particular one is we're watching the baby who is, quote, the disorganized baby I mentioned. You know, you notice at one point the hand just randomly comes up in the air and then goes down. However, you can see that the emotion center is being so deeply affected by her voice, and it's mom's voice, not a recording, but it's mother's voice. And it's just so deeply connected to the soul of this child. I'm also just taken with how when she uses the word hurt, there must be something going on in the mother's face, and this baby's reflecting it back. It's just such a wonderful way to see how those ears are always open, and it's through these ears that we hear emotion that is being presented through the music. It's great.
Yeah, I couldn't add anything more to that, Ellen. That's exactly it. And in fact, I can't talk because every time I watch that video, I'm a mess. I love it so much. You know, it's a reflection for really all of us to think about what does music mean really to us, and how is it connected to us? And there is something, an amazing bond, an amazing connection in music, and this is why. That's why we teach right there.
Well, and this is okay, so the next video we'll watch will be a little bit different. So let's check it out.
So here's another baby where, I think it's slightly older baby, you can tell because she's holding her fry and she's going to feed herself. So we know we're in the 6 months beyond, 11 months. Yeah. All right. Sitting up. Right. So, and you can see that the movement is this body, this torso movement, the side to side, and she's got that steady beat, and she's got it in a full side to side, you know, it's fast. She's following it. And boy, there's that innate thing that we're speaking about. You know, it's just, she can't stop herself.
I got a question.
Wonderful.
What do you think about the difference between, you know, the first video was obviously a mother singing a cappella to the daughter, and with this one, it's very much a more rhythmic song, you know.
Well, if you notice, her eyes are less focused. She's not looking at her mother, so she's not getting it directly. It's definitely a recording that she's heard a lot.
Yeah, that's just, to me, that's just more of a picture of a baby's natural response to music. It's an external source of music, but it's still music, and you're right, Jeff. There's a rhythm to it. You know, there's a little bit of a beat, and that really did, you know, just automatically, you know, sync up with the child's inner response. So, yeah, I think that there are two different things, and I think hearing that mother's voice, the eye to, you know, that connection among four eyes, as I like to say, that is irreplaceable. It's a different moment. It's a different connection.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so here we've got two twins. Let's check these out.
Oh, this one's so great.
August 6th. Is that right? Yeah. August 6th, 2012. Daddy's gonna play them a little song when they're eating their peas. You okay?
Oh my goodness, there's so much good stuff going on there, you know. Did you see the one on the left with the hands? You know, she's talking with her hands like, give me more, give me more. Or there is some kind of sign language going on that she knows that they understand this. And which one looks at each other first? Is it her that looks to the twin? I mean,
think so.
Yeah.
And they know this is playtime. This is going to be fun.
They're
and
like, here we go.
Right, and they're in sync. And you notice now their body, they're really going to side, and they're singing. That's just so now we're showing that they're beginning to come out with that vocal response. They're not just sitting back and just moving with the steady beat. They're steady beat and they're singing. Oh, this is so much going on. And in a music class, man, we can do so much with that open space. You know, before you know it, they'll be singing in tune. It's just a matter of time.
Absolutely. They'll be giving back patterns. And you know, it always reminds, whenever I watch this one, it reminds me of, have you ever seen the video of the metronomes? They did a study with the old Seth Thomas metronomes that swing, and they started them all at different times. And then over time, over just a matter of a few seconds, they end up syncing with each other, so that then by the end, everything is. So I can't explain that from a physics standpoint, but I see that in these twins, how you touched on it, Ellen, that they are specifically moving to that beat. They've synced themselves up with the beat, which syncs them with each other, which is just a beautiful picture.
Yeah, it's a cultural thing too. You know, the whole family is involved.
Yeah. Music is in the home. Yeah.
Yeah. So now let's take a look at a music garden example. This is actually Jill Hannigan, one of our teacher trainers, and also the co-author of the Music Makers at the Keyboard program. And this is her teaching a baby's class. So this is a clip from it. So.
Oh boy. So many great things happening in that clip, right?
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Did you notice the one, so I think it's the second baby, where actually the mom is kind of helping, maybe overly helping a little bit on the shaking of the rattles. But so today I decided to look more intently on that baby's face. And did you notice when it came to the end of that verse, when it was going to move to the next child, she felt the end of that verse and she turned and she looked to the next child like, and now it's your turn. It was amazing. I hadn't realized that she was really taking in the music to that extent where she could feel, my turn is over and now I pass it to the next person. I thought that was amazing.
That was amazing. And if you look at each child, you could tell that the focus was moving from child to child. And you could see the children changing their focus with their heads. Each one, not just her, but the last one, she knew it was coming up to her. And you can actually see her whole body turn to, okay, Jill's now focusing on me.
Right.
And I'm going to do it with her. So there's that, that bodily shaking versus the body just shaking. She was actually taking that instrument and creating a sound that was a steady beat.
Yes.
Wow.
The music was shaping that whole thing. You're right. There was that steady beat movement. It was specific to the music. There was the idea of taking turns happening there. There was the music was shaping, each child's moment with Jill. There was so much going on in that whole idea of music helping to organize our brains and being able to think about planning ahead or knowing when it's your turn and when it's not your turn. There's so many things happening in that one little clip. It's just beautiful.
Well, also the classroom is now a larger musical space than the home life, because here's this teacher who's helping or giving the parents these resources. And of course the child is on each parent's lap, so they're in their family space, and that can then be taken home. And that is what we're doing in this program. They're not coming here for music. They're coming here to find out about more music that they can do at home. Mm-hmm. And they can do other things too. They can listen to music and they can do other things, but we're creating these moments where the parent can even move forward with what we call that innate musicalness of the child. So great.
Well, I didn't really plan it like this in the video series, but just an observation real quick. And you can tell me if I'm crazy or what. The first video was very much the sound of the mother's voice. And then the second video had this strong rhythmic pulse. And then even with the babies, with the two twins, you have the strong rhythmic pulse of the guitar, and then kind of the community of the family. And then in the Musikgarten video, you have the parents singing along with Jill. You have a strong rhythmic pulse. It's almost like a culmination, and then you have the community getting together. You have basically a culmination of these three types of videos put into this class.
Exactly right, and it just follows the child development perfectly. And I think that's a great observation, that their first response to music is movement. So we showed the progression. The next thing that's going to happen is something vocal, and they're joining in with their abilities to follow the music and purposefully respond. So, and then over time, those vocalizations are going to get more and more organized. turn into patterns. And so no, it is the perfect natural starting point, and it demonstrates that progression beautifully.